What's up, Hellhounds? It's Diego on the Asylum Ink. I know it's not Saturday morning, right? It's not Monday through Friday morning. Matter of fact, it's Friday night. Excuse me, no Saturday. Holy shit, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Where would you rather be than with me right here on Hellfire Radio? Very special edition on the fly because that's how we do shit around here, right? We just do things on the fly. Have very special guests coming in. Addie and Ernesto from Modern Mimes. What's going on, guys?
Hey. What's up, man? How's it going? I love the hoodie.
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys' faces. It's been like, what, almost a year? I think we go back to Earth Day birthday last year, right?
Yeah.
We just, yeah.
Yep. That was a fun day, man. I had a blast. I actually got a tattoo. I got a tattoo that day after our set, so.
You did, really? It was so fucking hot that day, bro. I don't know if I could have sat for a tattoo. Oh yeah, they had the expo tent in there. That's right.
Dude, listen, everybody rolled up in their RVs and their buses. We rolled up in a RAV4, okay? And everybody was chilling inside there, with their cool air and their cold drinks and whatnot. And we literally had no gas in my car. We literally just put the seats back and turned the AC all the way up, and we're like, we're dying in here. We're dying. Yeah. But it was fucking incredible. What a great experience that was.
That was a great day.
Well, yeah, we were meet you too, so that's also another.
Hey, right back at you, brother. Right back at you. We were the same way. We rolled up in my HHR with the air on. We're just dying, just downing water, just doing what we could to just stay hydrated, cramping up, just walking around. I couldn't imagine like actually performing that day. So yeah, good times. It's definitely awesome. So here we are. Like we are in this fucking pandemic, COVID eating everything alive. It's not really crippling the industry, but it's definitely handcuffing the music industry. Yeah. But it depends on what you're doing with it, right? You can either just sit there and take it, or you can do like, well, what you guys have done. He's got a brand new fucking single out with title track Portals. Please tell everybody more about this shit, because if you haven't ingested this single yet, what's wrong with you, right? Good. Floor is yours.
Yes. Well, it's funny because I actually wrote the lyrics for Portals probably over a year ago, I would say. And the lyrics just go so well to the current situation that the world is facing, talking about chaos and pandemonium. And really, I wrote that song also as a reminder to myself that no matter what's going on around you, to stay still and focused and just in a centered place.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We tend to do that a lot. We'll write something, or we'll write lyrics. She'll write lyrics. Sometime before, obviously, we put it out, and then when we put it out, it seems to be fitting to what's happening at the time, and I almost feel like she's kind of psychic. So,
yeah, right.
In a weird way, but it's just funny how it works out that way, man. And Portals, we're very proud of not only the single but the album, and we're very excited to put out more music and more songs. I told you before, we're planning on putting out a song every month, be it a video or just the audio track or a lyric video or something, to keep just to show the love to our fans and our friends and everybody who has supported us. So everybody be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I want to get into that a little bit more, because that's a very unique way, and a lot of bands are doing it. I guess you could say Spotify and iTunes has brought this era of, remember back in the day when we were youngsters. First and foremost, you didn't know when the hell the album was going to drop, because you didn't have one of these to sit and tell you about it, right? So it just kind of, you had to get into the Revolver magazine or AP, or whatever magazine, and you flipped to the back pages and looked at what's coming up. And then secondly, you surely didn't have little things telling you when the next single is going to drop. You would just have to, you would make the bets of, dude, track number 6, that's going to be their next single. Track 10 is going to be, a radio hit. So now you got the bands, they're kind of pre-predicting, like it's very black and white what's going to come up next. So it kind of takes that excitement out of it. If you're, the younger kids will never know that life. We do, however. I'm still a kid at heart back in the 80s, in the early 90s. So right. with what you explained to me earlier about, you're going to be releasing a single a month, and it's going to lead up to ultimately the album dropping, is fucking amazing, because it keeps it new, it keeps it fresh, and every single is going to be out there. So kind of get into that more. What's the what was your wave of thinking? Like, how'd you come up with that? Brilliant.
We really wanted to take a different approach to this album, because before it was kind of like a single or two and then we dropped the whole album. But we feel like every song didn't get the attention that maybe it deserved or that we wanted to give it. So it's like we really wanted to take our fans and potential listeners or family, I don't like the word fans, but we wanted to take them kind of like with us on that journey to really explore each song and get into each song. And so we thought, like, if we do a song a month, that'll give them that opportunity to do so, as opposed to just like dropping the album and being like, okay, here it is. All right, but, next thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's something that we just kind of did. We decided to do maybe, I don't know, a few weeks before we started planning the release. So it was somewhat last minute. But we're just kind of seeing how it goes, man. You know what I mean? And, but again, we're very excited to drop this new stuff. You know what I mean? And who's to say that we're not going to surprise everybody once the album comes out and maybe put out a few more songs or a few B-sides or something totally off the wall. You know what I mean? Be a little unpredictable. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's what I like about it. Like when you said it initially to me, I was like, I want to keep talking, but we've also got to say we've got to save this. But I need to know more. Right. And as soon as you said B-sides, I was all over it. I was all over. Absolutely cannot wait. For those of you who just join us in special edition, of the Asylum Ink. I know I'm usually Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. for those of you that don't see me. So here we are on a Saturday with Modern Mimes. Got Addie and Ernesto. And I got a quick question, okay? Like a quick question. Now, I've known you guys for a minute. I've just only known the two of you. All of a sudden, I see this picture.
Yeah.
Who... I don't want to tell you guys this, but there's a stranger in your band's photo. Can you please explain to everybody the new third member?
Well, that's Nicolas Cage. He decided to stop his movie career. He figured he'd make a lot more money with Modern Mimes than his 8mm sequels that are going to be coming out. But no, that's our. That's my really good friend, Justin Perez. He is, in my opinion, the number one drummer in my book. Incredible drummer, a great friend. He's actually the drummer that is on our previous album called The Gray. And, it's funny because we did start this off as a duo, and it wasn't something that we said, hey, we're just going to be a duo. It just kind of organically happened. And then, as we saw that we were starting to pick up some momentum and getting shows and getting festivals and tours and whatnot, I kind of wanted to bring that element, that energy into our live show, and he does a fantastic job. He's, like I said, he's an incredible drummer, really awesome guy, and
I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he'd love to be here with us. But he lives in Louisiana.
Well, we're gonna hear about it afterwards. Dude, what the fuck, man? We're fucking. But no, I love Justin. I love his family. He's again, he's a great dude, and so that's Justin Perez. He's the man.
It's bad. We'll set it up. Let's set it up next on the next release you guys have. We'll jump back on and we'll get him in here. We'll link him in. Yeah, we'll do this shit again for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So going back to the whole, I don't even have to mention it because we're all in it, but the COVID thing is it's just torn down the touring festival. Like the festival season, it never even got started. There wasn't not one festival that I can remember that which I've not been to a concert in almost a year. So I'm going stir crazy. I'm sure you guys haven't got to play in a minute. So I'm sure you're going crazy.
Oh yeah.
Touring, what's your most vivid memories? What's your favorite kind of story, like touring story, and just how much do you fucking miss doing this shit right now?
Oh man, I miss being on the road so much.
Yeah, it's funny. We just took a trip a couple days ago to Sarasota, which is about 2.5 hours away, and we were driving out there, and all we could think of is dude, we miss this so much. Just being on the road, pulling over at rest stops, going to Walmart and buying cheap food, to hotels, this and that, just all of it. It's just so surreal, like what's happening right now, and then the fact that we can't really do it. I mean, I guess we can on a smaller scale right now, but just the fact that I've done it for a very long time. I've toured with many bands, and her and I have been doing it in Modern Mimes for quite some time now. It's almost like something, a piece of us is missing. You know what I mean? It's like a missing link right now. But I'm very confident that once 2021 hits and then the festival season starts back up again, that we'll start to see like a big resurgence in the festivals and the touring and stuff like that. And we're really looking forward to doing that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But to answer your question about some memories, that's going to be a hard one. But I'll go with the first one that pops in my head. So when we were still a duo, we played a show in Knoxville, Tennessee, downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, and we played at this bar. They were like, okay, you guys have to play for 2.5 hours, and then you play an hour, take a break, and then play for another hour and a half. And I'm like, oh shit, well, we only have like, I don't know, 40 minutes of material.
Right.
We're like, all right, let's just bust out some acoustic shit, some stuff that we used to do in the past. So, we get on stage, nice sound. Bar is packed full of people.
Right.
So we start playing, we play our first song. After we fucking play our first song, thank you, crickets. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. And I'm like
2 people.
I'm not even. I think one guy passing by clapped, went to the bathroom, came out, and then that's it. So I'm like, halfway through the show, I'm like, this sucks. Nobody here likes us. I wish we could just cut it short, but no, we played the full 2.5 hours, or what was it? 2.5, about 2 hours.
2 hours.
And our last song, again, thank you, everybody. Good night. Crickets. Nobody gave a shit.
Ah, man.
We get off stage, and all of a sudden, people coming up to us, you guys were fucking great. You guys were awesome. Where can I buy your shit? I'm like,
really?
You motherfuckers have a way of showing that you like a band. And then I found out that specific venue hosts a lot of like Grateful Dead cover bands and tribute bands. So that's what they're used to. So that when they saw us, they saw me with a double neck guitar. They saw her with a wake up sunglasses, and we're out there fucking singing about the end of the world and shit. They're like, I guess they didn't know how to react. But just the fact that they did come up to us and they did show that they did like it, it meant a lot. It was just really fucking weird. So that's I'll never forget that.
That's crazy. You mentioned like Knoxville's my backyard. I live in that area right now, and I could only imagine the venue. We're not going to put them on blast because
No.
it is. Yeah, it is what it is. But I can only imagine which venue you're talking about.
When we get off the stream, we'll talk about it. And I want to see if you know exactly which one it is.
Yeah. And that's it too, because especially out here, there's a lot of cover bands, and you got some local legends, so to speak, in the area from Nashville to Knoxville and the Tri-Cities and Memphis and stuff like that. And I guess you would call that Southern Kentucky. There's a lot of good rock music, but for the most part, exactly like you said, it is a lot of the cover type, the Skinner, the Grateful Dead, the Kid Rock covers. I've been there for one of those. That was a night that I'll never want to relive. But yeah, no, I get exactly what you're talking about. It's if you were to come to Knoxville and play, especially the kind of music you guys play, it's rock music. It's pure rock music. It's badass rock music. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that happened.
It was. We'll never forget that. We'll talk about it for the rest of our lives because it left an impression on us. But we do want to go back there eventually and see if it's changed or if it's still the same. And I think it's going to be hilarious, if it is the same. So,
hey, we'll make some phone calls. We'll start promoting it right now. 2021.
Yeah, I'm down. Shit, we'll play there next week. Shit. Oh yeah, man.
What about you, Addie? What's your favorite or least favorite memory of touring?
This is probably my least favorite, and I haven't told this one yet. So it'll be the first.
Do I know about it?
No, you know about it.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the music or the people going out to listen or anything. This is just like on the road, off the cuff. We went. Where were we? We were in Mississippi by the beach. I think it was.
Oh, I know. I know the story.
Now he knows the story. We're in Biloxi. Birds all over the place, and I happened to take a seat. Right, I didn't think anything of it. We're walking around. Well, we get back in the car. We start driving back home, or the next spot where we're going to.
No, we were going home. We were going because I remember I was in a hurry. I'm like, hurry up, let's go. We're get home.
He's like in a rush to go see the cat. I'm like, dude, we got a while. And we stop at the gas station to go to the bathroom. And we stopped like a few times, and I didn't notice this, but like the second or third time we stop, I go to the bathroom, I'm pulling down my shorts, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's like this massive shit on my pants. I'm like, oh my God, nobody told me this? I sat in like bird poop that looked like human shit. Like, I don't even, like, baby diarrhea. I'm like, oh my God, and none of you guys told me this.
I had no idea. We had no idea. What happened? So then after that, she's like...
So he's like rushing me. He's like, let's go. I'm like, hello, let me change out of these pants.
Oh, man.
Favorite memory.
Those shorts still have a tiny bit of shit on them. So...
Yeah, the memory remains on that. That's
exactly.
Too fucking funny. Too funny. For those of you who are just joining in right now, got Modern Mimes right here on Hellfire Radio. I know I'm out of sorts. I know I'm supposed to be doing the morning show, but when in Rome, right? You got to jump on when in Rome. So what do you guys, it's like music? Oh, no, hell no. Thank you guys. Like, this has been a long time coming. We've been trying to set this up for a year.
Yeah.
Pretty much a year. Yep.
Yeah.
So what are your musical influences? Not only like your writing styles, but just kind of like what bands individually did you guys listen to like growing up?
Oh man, I think like my earliest influences. I remember my parents listening to disco, believe it or not. So I got a lot of that. And my brother was like heavy into like hip hop and R&B. So I'm kind of like all over the place. And then it wasn't until I think I heard Alanis Morissette that I really started going into the alternative realm of things. And then it just kind of trailed off from there. And I just, Pearl Jam, Incubus, like those were some heavy influences for me. And Radiohead, Portishead, like just trip hop. I love trip hop, Massive Attack, all that kind of stuff.
Trippy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on like the other side of everything. The very first song I ever fell in love with as a kid was "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses, and it was because my dad's actually a guitar player as well, and he that's all he listened to was like at the time 80s metal, 80s hair metal, your Van Halen, your Whitesnake and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I grew up with. It wasn't until maybe I was like 7 or 8 years old that I discovered White Zombie and Typo Negative and Marilyn Manson, Ministry. And for some reason, I'll explain to you why I love that stuff still till this day, is because it was the very first time, at a young age, that it created almost like an escape. So it almost created a world for me, like a dark, kind of almost scary, if you want to look at it that way. But me as a kid, seeing the White Zombie imagery and the Alice Cooper and Typo Negative with the dark and gothic look, I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. So I kind of fell in love with that, and the sound, was something totally fucking different than the 80s stuff that I grew up listening to, and so. All that stuff had a huge impact in my life and in my at the time and in my music writing as well. A little bit later in my life, I got more into like heavy bands like Pantera, Cannibal Corpse, and then I started listening to. I discovered Deftones at a young age as well. When I first heard My Own Summer, I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is incredible! It's the best shit I ever heard in my life." And then I started listening to stuff like that, Korn, and then I got more into like the like kind of European metal. I liked a lot of like Soilwork and In Flames and all that kind of stuff. So I like a lot of metal and I like a lot of dark shit. You know what I mean? But I also did like a lot of trip hop stuff, the Massive Attack and the Radiohead and stuff like that. Just anything that sounds kind of heavy and dark, because heavy doesn't necessarily have to mean it's metal. Heavy music is heavy music. It'd be heavy hip hop or anything like that. But that's just kind of like my taste and what I'm into, and it really shows off kind of in my my writing. So that's what I'm into.
Yeah, it's crazy that you guys both mentioned all those bands. And you hear a lot of that in your guys' music going back all the way to the first album, all the way up to even the newest single, Portals, which, by the way, is playing right here on Hellfire Radio. And if you have a mobile phone, and I know you do because we can't live without them nowadays, make sure you guys go out right now, download the Live 365 app, search Hellfire Radio, and that's going to get you in, and you'll hear the new single by Modern Mimes, Portals, on Hellfire Radio. So yeah, the music spectrum's all over, and that's what kills me too. Is like, especially I hate to harp on the kids of these kids these days, Ernesto. You're like, I sound like my father nowadays, right?
Listen, don't worry. It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm right there with you. I almost want to fucking like smash my head into a wall because I'm like, am I getting fucking old, or does some of this music actually kind of suck? Like, I hate to say that because music is subjective and it's something that, you know, you form your own opinion, but
right.
What the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck is going on?
What is going on? Yeah, what is going on with music right now? And the generation that's pushing it, they're so one-dimensional. Like, if you think about it, like nowadays, like you just said, you just laid out a very vast, just kind of every kind of music genre. And I'm the same way. I mean, mainly Deftones, and the world knows that now. You know, I'm a huge Deftones fan, but yeah, and then everything else, being from Northern Cali, of course, I grew up with the Deftones and the Korn movement, and then you know, the Seattle movement. So I was a grunge kid as well, and all that shit. But the kids these days, it's like they get one sound and they stick to it, right?
Yeah.
And then
no, you're absolutely right.
Everything else is like that shit. I can't flip my hair because I don't have any anymore, but that's shit. And it's like, no, man, you don't understand. Like, if you can get down to it, you can get down, right? Like, there's even, as much as I hate to admit it, there's some country tunes, older country tunes, that are very influential in rock music. And it's just like, I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
You know what, man? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I love music, for what it is, for the art form that it is. And I can appreciate what the younger generation, if they're into something, they're into something for a reason. And if I don't get it, it doesn't mean it's bad. You know what I mean? So I don't want to.
Exactly.
I don't want to sit there. I mean, I do, trust me. I have my days where I'm like you, where I'm like, what the fuck is this? Come on, what's going on? But then I'll have moments where I'm like, you know what? It is what it is, and people are gonna like what they like, and you know, it is what it is. You know.
Yep.
Different now. And I think it's so funny. Also, like, I never really considered us necessarily a heavy band, but everybody boxes us in as like a heavy metal band. I'm just like,
some people
are we? Like, that's what, like, nowadays, I guess it's just.
Well, here's a perfect example. I'll tell you a quick story. We played a festival down here for 104.3 The Shark, which is the alternative station down here. I don't want to call it the rock station. Technically, it is a rock station, but so right. They play things from every now and then they'll play like Green Day, or sometimes I'll hear Metallica on there, but for the most part, it's like, you know, your 21 Pilots, Imagine Dragons, and whatever new shit popped up last week. You know what I mean? We played a festival for that radio station, and we were the heaviest fucking band there. And we're both like, listen, I come from a very heavy metal background, and I like death metal. We're not death metal, and I'm not going to ever say, hey, look, I'm not going to look a metal elitist in the head and say we're metal, because we're not. You know, we have a lot of different things going on. So that festival, we saw, who did we play with? We played with K-Flay. We played with I think Weezer, the Killers, the Revivalists, all these bands, and great music, great bands. And we played the side stage, and we were just like, we played our shit. We just did what we do, and we just realized, we're like, fuck, man, we're way heavier than a lot of other bands. Now, granted, there are a lot of other bands that are way heavier than us, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I feel like going on to what she was saying, I believe that we are kind of hard to categorize because of what we were talking about earlier, our influences. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's just a lot going on. You know?
Yeah. Right.
Right. All it is.
Now, I'll never say music that sucks. That, like we just said, it's to each is to own. Right. But some of the hip hop side right now, I'm going to say it, and I've taken criticism for it before, and I'll fucking do it again. Right. The hip hop music right now sucks. It's lacking in the bulge, so to speak. Like, and that's why people like Dre, Ice Cube, Snoop. They can just go and just put a name on a record and huge, right? Yeah. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody's talking about the same shit. It's the same 4 lines through a 45-minute song, and it's just not fun. It's just not fun. It's not good music. It's got good beats, yeah, sure, but man, where's the substance?
I always say like if somebody asks me if something is good, like new stuff, like for instance, new hip hop or new rap, I just say, hey, look, I think I'm at the point where I'm old enough to where I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know what we're talking. Right, exactly. Like, I ask me, is this a hard trigonometry question? I have no idea because I'm terrible at fucking math. How about that?
Yeah, right. I like it. I'm using that from now on. If somebody asks me about hey, I heard a new Nicki Minaj song, I'll be like, sorry, I don't do algebra. I'm not good at math at all.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I skipped high school to go to fucking band practice.
Yeah, there it is. Oh man, we're kicking it right now with Modern Mimes on Hellfire Radio. Go check out the new single Portals, and we're going to dip out for 2 seconds. You guys hang tight. I'm going to run a real quick commercial right now.
What's up, everybody? I'm Diggs.
And I'm Ashley, and we're from Hell Entertainment.
Join us for Sinner Sundays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
on Hellfire Radio.
Yeah, don't forget to check out Diggs and the crew right here Sunday nights at 7 p.m. I always want to say a.m., 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Sinner Sundays. Now, getting back into the whole, like quarantine thing, like what are you guys' hobbies? Like people ask me the same thing. There's no way that's all you do is just work on radio shit and music shit. And then no, it is. It kind of is. My hobbies is taking care of the kids and occasionally feeding my face. But past that, I don't really have hobbies the older I get. But what are some of the things you guys like to do, like in your downtime when you're not working on tunes or just just peace of mind shit, so to speak?
Nothing. Here's the thing. 100% honestly, when we were in quarantine, couldn't go out. I took it upon myself to learn how to record and demo my own music. So I learned Pro Tools. I bought a bunch of plugins. I watched a shitload of YouTube videos, and I learned quite a bit on how to actually, record my own music. Because up until now, I had no idea how to do it. I've gone to studios my whole life, and I've watched people do it. It's a very interesting thing. But I never actually sat down, or I never really had the time to sit down and learn how to really do it. So I took it upon myself. I said, hey, man, actually, she kind of inspired me to do it because she said she wanted to do it.
Yeah, I was going to work on my B-sides thing. And then he crashed my computer.
So she started, and then she stopped, and I'm like, let me do it. I want to try it. So then I actually got pretty good at it. I mean, I'm not great. I'm not, there are people that are, been doing this for years, but that's kind of what's become my hobby now is just recording music at least a couple times, 2 to 3 times a week. As far as other, I don't know. It's hard to say I like to work out, I guess. You consider that a hobby, but that's more of just kind of like a way of life. Go to the gym, which I really can't go to the gym right now either because not only do I not want to because I'm afraid I'm going to catch the fucking coronavirus, but, I'd rather just work out at home but right now. And plus my gym is really fucking expensive. So I'm taking a break from that. But hobbies, man, I don't know. I like to watch old MMA videos, old boxing videos. I'm very big into like martial arts and stuff like that. We just finished Cobra Kai. Amazing, by the way. I can't wait for season.
Yes.
It's rocking. I can't deny it. At first I was like, I don't know about this, but then I was like, I fucking full effect, fully hooked, like a damn fish, man. Seriously, I love it.
Yep.
He was going around the house like doing his
I was doing moves. I was doing karate moves. She walked outside. So I stood outside to do something, and I started busting out some old moves because I used to do martial arts back when I was a kid. And I'm like, this shit brings me back. So I started punching around, doing some kicks. She walks out. I'm like, oh shit, hey, how's it going? What's up?
Yeah, like there's no shame that I did the same exact thing. Like It was literally, so it's like every time I have the kids, right, on the weekends, it rains. So last week, 2 weekends ago, I get them. I have big plans, mainly to be outside doing something. Rains. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. You guys go watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I'm going to find something on Netflix, right?
Right.
Cobra Kai pops up. And I was like, man, this is cheesy as a sandwich right now.
Right.
Within 45 minutes of the first episode, I was sitting off the couch onto the coffee table, just sitting there, waiting for Mr. Miyagi to pop in, you know, like getting excited. So yeah, I'm right there with you. That
so
show
good.
is.
It's so good. I didn't expect it to be so good.
I didn't either.
I don't know, man. I can't wait for the third season.
And they've signed on to do a fourth season. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yes.
story continues and the excitement continues, and I can't wait. I'm all for it. 100%.
I can't wait for Stranger Things also.
Yeah, Stranger Things is another one that we like. I mean, I guess we're fucking kind of normal, right? As weird and creepy as we are,
I would
we
say
like
so.
to do normal shit. You know?
Yeah.
Wake up, I eat a peanut butter sandwich every morning. You know, that's it. We're just that's the extent of it. You know,
that's it. Yeah. So pretty much you just kind of like me the same way. Yeah, I got hobbies. Well, what do you do? Well, I mean, I work on the show.
Yeah, I work.
I work on the craft. What else are you supposed to do? You know. So,
That's my hobby. Work on something.
I was gonna say, what about you? You got anything? You got any deep dark secrets of the Netflix and the unknown?
To be honest, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. It'll just be like I'll binge watch, like Cobra Kai. Like I caught like half of it.
You got into that 13 Reasons Why shit.
I did. I don't know why.
A lot. I had no choice because when she was watching, I had to kind of watch bits and pieces of it. And I sat down and watched some of it, but every now and then I'm like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I can't. But you got it.
Every now and then I'll have like one of those moments where I don't feel like working on anything and just relaxing, and I'll just binge watch something. But usually I'm working on something or.
Oh, she makes cupcakes.
Yeah, that was a quarantine thing.
That was the quarantine thing that happened.
I learned how to bake.
There you go.
Cupcakes. So I made like a side hustle out of that, and I've been selling cupcakes on the side. So anybody doing cupcakes, if you come to our show.
Yeah. To our show, our merch booth is full of cupcakes. No T-shirts, no CDs, just cupcakes. Vegan cupcakes.
Yes.
No.
Right. Yeah. Just a couple of armbands and all these vegan cupcakes. Yeah, I'm down. That's fine by me. Like,
everywhere and fucking, just arms all over the merch table, roaches and shit. No, I'm kidding.
Don't do any of that. But yeah, that and my day job is visual merchandiser. So I do like photo shoots also. Like I'll do wardrobe styling for photo shoots and film occasionally.
She did Flow Rida. That was kind of cool.
Oh, no shit.
For, the Nickelodeon
the Super Bowl thing.
Super Bowl commercial.
Years ago. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was involved. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't done it as much as I used to because my main focus, of course, is the band. So. Right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just doing all the artwork for the band, the single, the website. Like I run all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, which I popped the website. Yeah, give some love to the website right now since we're talking. I checked it out. And I figured it was you that was doing the website. I didn't think he was in on the website.
Yeah,
like me. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like,
I don't have the patience for that. She's the mastermind behind a lot of the imagery and a lot of the, some of the social media stuff. It's weird, but I take care of the Facebook, she does the Instagram, and we both kind of do the YouTube every now and then. So we we do all that stuff. And then our drummer Justin, he works his angles, down in New Orleans where he's at, and it's very collaborative. So yeah, modernmimes.com. Just YouTube, Modern Mimes Music, Facebook, Modern Mimes Music. We're all over the place. Or you can just Google Modern Mimes and shit will just pop up. So
they're literally right here on my computer screen as we speak. So.
You see all those new colorful pictures that we took,
Yeah, we're getting some funny comments about that.
We're getting Teletubby.
He's already
comments.
getting mad. He's like, "Don't bring it up." Yeah. People talking like Teletubbies.
I've seen the comments here and there, and I'm like, come on now, come on. So, I mean, just to touch on that for a minute, like, what was the inspiration? It is different. It's a different direction for you guys. If anybody that's been fans, over time, that this is definitely a different direction. So kind of what was the inspiration and thinking behind like colors, really? I mean, because, you know, I'm not one to speak. I'm black on black, occasionally some gray, you know, but.
I felt like we had a lot more to say visually than just doing the all black again. So I took a lot of inspiration from like shipping containers and ship ports and just like elements in the earth. And that kind of like all tied in to what it is. And just, you know, water is like a really huge element in everything in the music as well, how it just kind of encapsulates like that stillness and also chaos at the same time, you know. It can destroy and then it could also create and refresh and you can be reborn from it. So, you know, it just all those things kind of all tied in to these colors, and I, you know, put a lot of thought into those colors, believe it or not. And yeah, I don't know. People are saying that they're primary colors, but they're actually not. I'm wearing rust, not red.
I like it. I like it.
I wear black on black constantly, and this was kind of like a big, like huge change for me. But you know, I dig it. It's something different. So, no, just kind of works.
I dig it. I like it. I like the change of pace. It fits. It works. You know, it works.
Thank you.
So, yeah, absolutely. For those of you tuning in just right now, I'm on a little bit different time than I normally am, and that's fine. That's fine. You get to see my face not in the morning. I'm not drinking coffee for a change, but I do have Modern Mimes with me, Addie and Ernesto, and they got the new album that's about to drop. Well, actually, it's not about to drop. It's going to progressively drop, but you have the new single, Portals. We are playing it here on Hellfire Radio. And speaking of music, like I like just introduce the people to, like, everybody knows your music. They want to know the people. So like, what is one song or one album or CD or whatever? Everybody's different. Or what do you got on your iTunes? What's one album, song, or artist that you've got that you're jamming to right now that people would say, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of here. No, you're not. You don't listen to Shania Twain. Ernesto, get out of here.
I don't. Absolutely don't.
Yeah, I mean, either.
I'm not gonna lie and say that I do, but yeah. I mean, for me, I've been jamming Muse a lot lately, and it's funny because I've always heard of them, and I know they're huge, but I never actually took the time to dive into their music. And then as of recent, I started getting into the one album, Absolution, I believe it's called, and fucking great. What a great album. Came out in 2010. I missed out on that, and I'm listening to it now in 2020, 10 years later. And I'm just like, damn, the production on this is incredible. The singing, the guitar playing, the bass playing, the riffs, the melodies, the piano playing, the synths, all of it it's for some reason it's starting to connect with me now. And I think that might be kind of like an introduction to my new way of looking at certain styles of music, rather than just listening to like metal all the time or, you know, just dark stuff. But yeah, I would say Muse right now is kind of like my muse.
Nice.
No pun intended. Nice. Or pun intended. So yeah. I mean, every now and then, I'll still pop in my this Pantera, Work, and In Flames, and Deftones. But
yeah, he has to make sure that he's still metal.
I have to make sure I'm still metal, because if not, my friends will never let me live it. No, I'm just kidding. But and then the new Deftones, I took a listen to it, and let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
The new Deftones it's there. It's cool.
It's cool. It's definitely not what we were promised. It had me. I was so up. I literally stayed up for the debut of it that night. Debuted it on Hellfire. The first single, Ohms. I was like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, and then all I've read for 2 summers now is that Genesis, because it's been there forever. And the rumor was it was on the album that shelved when Chi died. It was on Eros.
Right.
And they said heaviest thing you've heard since, I don't know, Engine Number 9. And I was like, oh God, oh my God, I can't. Why are my pants off? Somebody find my pants. You know, like. and then Genesis released, and I was like, I love the Deftones, and I love this album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do love it though. Like, I think more for me, and maybe you too, because I know you're super fan as well. But like, I wanted White Pony 2.0. I wanted Adrenaline 2.0.
Yeah.
And as a fan, you know, if you expect that and you don't get it, there's some letdown on the inside, but it's still a solid album. I still dig it. I still get down to it. I've burned it out already.
Absolutely, and I'm not knocking it. It's just you know, just going back to right before it came out. I almost wanted to tell myself, don't expect anything. Just go into it totally deaf or blind or whatever, however you want to do it, and then just see what happens. But in the back of my mind, I'm like you, where I was expecting like some, you know, White Pony around the fur kind of fucking just hard hit. And then when I got it, yes, it's still a good album. I'm gonna put it out there. It's still a good album. There are songs that I like a lot more than others. And to be honest with you, I'm also looking forward to that Seven Dust album.
Yes.
The first single, again, I didn't know. I tried to tell myself, don't expect anything, because you know I'm a huge Seven Dust fan. So Back Home, Animosity, that is my favorite band. It is definitely my favorite band. So they put out the new single, and it was good. And I'm like, okay, let's see what happens next. You know what I mean? So looking forward to that.
I'm with you. And as far as Seven Dust goes, I've always said about Seven Dust, the most underrated band in the history of music. They never get the radio play. They never get the love. If you say the name, if you give I'm big on top 10 lists. And I always, if it's a drummer, the next words out of my mouth is Morgan Rose. And when people say who, I stop talking. I'm like,
what?
What? Bro, come on.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you on Seven Dust as well.
The young kids definitely don't know who Morgan Rose is, but we should start to educate them, because they need to know who the fuck he is.
That's why we're here. Go look it up after.
I love it.
After this show is over, go just go ingest all the Seven Dust you can. Just look up, just Google Morgan Rose. I dare you. Bring your friends. Let them sit and watch as you just sit back and you're in awe.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yep. What about you?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I've just been listening to Us like on repeat, like a crazy person. Like just
she's so.
I psychoanalyze everything, and I just like, all right, no, this needs to come up, or this needs to go down, or whatever. In the mixing process, I get a little psychotic, and just like getting in that headspace and creating the artwork. I listen to each song thousands of times, probably like disgusting amounts.
You listen to Modern Mimes? What the fuck's wrong with you? That's terrible.
But I guess I haven't really been on top of it lately, but some artists that I've been into that maybe like might be not shocking, but like, oh, really? She'd listen to that? Like Meg Myers and Aurora, I would say, are the two that are, you know, more like pop based, but I've gotten into them.
Nice. Yeah, so it's there's nothing wrong with digging on your own shit almost to obsessive amounts. That's what makes it so fucking awesome. That's why the new single Portals is fucking amazing. I can't say enough. Like I can't say enough about it.
Seriously, you have no idea how much that means to us. It actually really means the world to us. So, and
that's
just a quick shout out to everybody that's commented and liked and you know, just shared and supported. Thank you so much. You literally have no idea how much that means to us. It's the fuel and the fire. It's what keeps us going and keeps us wanting to create more and just keep this up and keep going. You know,
absolutely.
So I guess I got one more question for you guys, and we can go for a little bit on this one. So pros and cons, and what do you prefer over what do you hate? Making music videos, because you guys have a few out there. If you've not checked it out, make sure you guys go hit up YouTube. Do you have those on the website yet? All the videos?
Yeah.
The catalog? Go to modernmimes.com when we're done here, of course, and go check out these badass music videos. But what do you prefer, making of the music videos or just sitting in the studio and producing new tunes? Like, what's your forte? Where's the favorite thing for you guys to sit?
For me, they go hand in hand. I'm a very visual person, like especially with my day job. I'm a visual merchandiser, so like the visual is attached to the music to me. And usually when I write something, you know, I'll have like a story in my head of how that looks visually. sometimes it'll come in a color, or sometimes it'll come with a whole storyline. Like, it's all part of it for me. Like, and I love writing, the treatments also for the videos. Some of the videos that we've done, I wrote the treatments for. But yeah, I love all of it.
Yeah, it's hard to pick, man. That's a really, really good question. I didn't shoot the first video I ever did was actually with Modern Mimes. So, but I've been recording and writing music for way longer than that. So, I mean, if I did have to absolutely pick one, I would definitely choose, recording in the studio, just because, like, to me, that's my favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? If I had to pick one thing, if somebody said, "Hey, what is your favorite thing to do in the whole world?" I mean, recording music in the studio, and obviously playing shows and playing live and being on stage.
I was going to say that about you.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite part, the studio.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I just feel contrived there. I've gotten better over the years, but it's just a kind of stale, like, stiff place for me. Like, stage, like, I love playing shows, but the studio is definitely like his.
Yeah, I could live in a studio and be totally fine and just eat, potato chips and pizza every day and just write and record music all the time. I mean, it's literally I definitely pick, recording and producing music for sure. Not to get I don't like the videos, doing videos. It's definitely great. It's a very different animal. But yeah, like I said, recording is something very special to me. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I want to continue to do it. So, but yeah.
Hell yeah. We got Modern Mimes right here on Hellfire Radio. If you guys don't know about Hellfire Radio, let me just show you a little bit what we do. Of course, there's a lot of different things we do. We cover a little bit of everything. Sports, weed culture, horror culture, fandom culture, craft beer. Craft Beer Corner will be on a little bit later on tonight. You may or may not see my face in that show. You never know who's going to pop in. We cover concerts, festivals. We're on every social media platform that you can find out there. Go like, share, subscribe to hellfireradio.com. One more time before I get you guys out of here. Tell everybody where to go to find the new tunes, your website, your socials, anything you got coming up, maybe a sneaky little tour you got coming in. It's anything. This is your time to just throw it up all over the screen right now.
Yes. Well, you can find everything at modernmimes.com. And from there, you have all the links. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Amazon, all that stuff.
YouTube.
Yeah. And we also have a show coming up in February.
Yes.
February 13th at the Brass Mug in Tampa.
Yep.
This is for the Cuban Metal Fest. We are both Cuban.
Justin is Puerto Rican. He's not allowed to go.
Puerto Rican, so
he's done. You got to sit this one out, kid.
No. If you're watching, I need you to be there. We're just joking. We love you, buddy. Modernmimes.com. Please check out our Spotify. Add us to your playlist. Like, share, comment, do whatever you want. Interact with us. We love hearing from you guys. And we're always happy to talk to any fans and friends, and we're always here for you guys, just like you're here for us. So, absolutely.
Very awesome. Very awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on. It's been fucking amazing catching up with you two. It's been too long. Let's not wait a whole nother year before we do this again.
Do it again tomorrow, man. I'm here tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
I mean, after the 49er game's over with, let's do it. Let's get it done, right? Like, past that, even I tell my kids who are only 3, they don't understand, but I'm like, Daddy don't have time right now. The Niner game's on. I'll get to you in a minute. No, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, let's seriously get together, do this again. Like they said, go to their website, modernmimes.com. That's got everything that they got going on there. Also, we're spinning the new single, Portals, right here on Hellfire Radio. If you don't have the Hellfire app, actually go to Live 365 in your app store, download that, search Hellfire Radio, and then you are set up. Thank you guys once again. This was very fucking awesome. Very impromptu. It's the only way I like to do things. So on the fly. I guess I'll see everybody either later on in Craft Beer Corner or definitely Monday morning from 5 to 6 right here on Hellfire Radio. It's the Asylum Ink. Until then, I am out. Are you still here? It's over. The show's done. go like, share, subscribe, Hellfire Radio. Also, you can find us on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Now go on. The show's done. Leave me be. I need coffee.